Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolynny TV, and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. And oh baby, she is time to discuss the off season. Oh, okay, that sounds crazy. Why are we doing that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, this is exactly why we're discussing the off season in this video. Yeah, you already heard the news. Come on, I'm not breaking any news to you. Are you just getting this news broken to you? Got to get on Twitter. Twitter's a heck of a machine. Darren Drager, Pierre LeBrun, all the insiders having a field day at about 2:30 this afternoon as Taylor Hall is now headed to from the New Jersey Devils to the Arizona Coyotes. They were the front runner. They got him. All right, boys, panic. The division's gone. Arizona wins straight up. We're done. We're doomed. No playoffs. Well, no. Let's not just panic away the situation just because we didn't get Taylor Hall. But this is open for discussion because, ladies and gentlemen, the can just got kicked down the road. That's literally all that happened with it. The Arizona Coyotes acquiring Taylor Hall for what could be two first-round picks, Ball, Schnarr, and, well, Merkley. That's the package, 5 pieces. You have this tweet from Darren Drager. His sense, the insider's sense, right? This is Darren Drager we're talking about, guys. This guy's broken a lot of big news over the years. Hall will likely test the free agent market, so this could be a pure rental for Arizona. However, Hall's agent, Darren Ferris, will listen to extension options if the Coyotes present them at any point. So, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, why is an Edmonton Oilers fan talking about this Arizona Coyotes trade for Taylor Hall? What does this have to do? Well, I already told you. The offseason. Ladies and gentlemen, as simple as that. The offseason is where this tweet comes down to because, well, as I said, the can has just been kicked down the road. The circus continues in Oilers land about getting Taylor Hall back at some point. Now, it's not that we'll be trading for Taylor Hall because, as Mr. Darren Drager says, it's straight up. Arizona's all in. They're in it to win it this year. Phil with the thrill, Kessel, Oliver Ekman Larson, Darcy Kemper playing unreal in net. Come on, it's their year. Let's go. Oh man, they're hands down the Pacific Division champions. There's no doubt about it. They've got this in the bag. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm just saying nice things because I know that's what everybody's thinking. If we got Taylor Hall, we'd be in that same situation. No, okay, no. But here's the thing. Let's realistically talk a little bit about the offseason. Because probably the Arizona Coyotes, my sense of it, the same thing I said with Taylor Hall coming to Edmonton, makes no difference. The Coyotes probably will coyote. Taylor Hall might get injured, be for naught, and then where do you sit? That's kind of my sense on it. It's always been my fear. And you look at the package they gave up. It's a risky package if Taylor Hall can't stay healthy, let me tell you that much. But that said, let's get to the math here. The Oilers, the cap space, the situation. Yes, sirree, my friends. It is looking good at last come next year. Especially if we can integrate some of our rookies into our lineup and really make a run at conserving some cap space for some guys that deserve it and guys that don't deserve it. So we already talked the other day about re-signing Zach Kassian. You get that done for less than $3 million. Suddenly you're talking you've got just under 20, if the cap's at $83 million, you've got just under $23 million in cap space. Now, you've got, at that point, if you re-sign Kassian, you've got 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and a goalie. So you're looking for, 7 forwards, you're looking for 5 forwards minimum, you're looking for 3 defensemen, and you're looking for a goalie. So that's 11 players. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, for $23 million, you can find a lot for those 11 forwards. But here's the thing. Realistically, we don't need to go out there and spend a lot of money on a lot of guys, all right? You think Sam Gagner's off the books, Marcus Granlund's off the books, Josh Archibald's off the books, Gaetan Oss, Joakim Nygard, depends what they do. Riley Sheehan, Patrick Russell off the books as well. Defensively, the money sink is going to be Darnell Nurse. But it doesn't have to be. That's the thing. This Oilers team can very well do something right here. And if they want to go for Hall, the option is, the only way the Edmonton Oilers go for Taylor Hall, in my opinion, with cap space sitting at probably $83 million next year, and the situation sitting here at us being capped out around 60, and Nugent Hopkins needing an extension for the next year, I think the only way you go for Taylor Hall is if you trade Darnell Nurse. Why would you do that? Well, guys, look at this. a lot of us are coming to the sense that there is no reason to pay Darnell Nurse more than $5 million. Okay, no reason. But then all of a sudden, okay, how do you justify going out there and paying Taylor Hall $9 million? Well, it's Taylor Hall. A lot of people would justify that. A lot of people would justify the Oilers sending just this exact package the Arizona Coyotes did to the to the New Jersey Devils for Taylor Hall in our hands instead of theirs, right? That's just what it is. You know what? It is what it is. Ultimately, I always will believe Taylor Hall coming back to Edmonton lays more in people being fans of him than thinking that he can actually change the team. That's just my opinion. I think it's hardcore Hall fans thinking that he is their all-time favorite player, and that's all there is to it. Taylor Hall is an Oiler, and they can't see it any other way. But there might be something to be said for Taylor Hall being a good player on the Oilers as well. I'm not going to deny that. I do respect the opinion that Taylor Hall might help the Oilers. I have my worries about the injury concerns and all that. But now, as I said, the circus continues going into the off-season, and I get to be the man, hopefully leading the charge on YouTube, talking about the circus continuing into the offseason and how exciting that could be if Mr. Darren Dreger is, in fact, correct about, well, Taylor Hall not wanting to sign in Arizona, hit that free agent market and see what he can get. Now, obviously, yeah, sure, there's a lot that can be said about this Oilers team needing to figure out cap space situation. Well, okay, let's not talk about trading Darnell Nurse. You don't want to do that. How about trading James Neal? You know what? James Neal has a fantastic year this year. He's already lighting it up. If he goes out there and overplays his value, right? Maybe, right? He was traded for Milan Lucic and a third-round pick. If he can play up to a first-round pick and a prospect or a mid-9 forward, that perfect third-line centerman, that's only going to cost us $2 million. Suddenly, right there, you've created, by not signing Darnell Nurse for $5 million and getting a player for 2.5, you've created 3.25 plus $5 million. That's $8.25 million in cap space that you've created. And suddenly, do you not have money to spend? Do you not have an extra $750,000 to sign Taylor Hall? Guys, that's Patrick Russell. Would you not take trade assets for Darnell Nurse and James Neal, not re-sign Patrick Russell, and have Taylor Hall? I do believe I'm talking Oilers fans here. I think that's pretty much a lot of people's no-brainer. They would definitely do without those three players, plus have returns on two of them, just to have Taylor Hall. And that's where I'm saying. The circus continues into the off-season now. Because this is going to be a debate. I honestly don't see where the value is added. But, realistically, now we get the best case scenario. This is, as I said, the best case scenario in the Oilers getting back Taylor Hall is re-signing him in the off-season. No trade. Trade was worst case scenario. No reason to give up assets. He might get injured. Rental wouldn't pay off. Then he might go elsewhere. But if he signs with us in the off-season, clearly he's not going anywhere else. So that's kind of the situation here. Now let's get back to the Arizona thing, because I do want to give you my breakdown on that. Is realistically, you look at Arizona's roster, and this is where it's going to get absolutely freaky deaky for us the rest of the way home. You got Phil Kessel, Derek Stefan, Nick Schmaltz, Carl Soderberg, Christian Dvorak, Michael Granlund. You've now got Taylor Hall, who is retained at $3 million salary. They did retain some salary as well, but what you do have to keep in mind is I believe Arizona has some LTIR money, so that's why they were able to get Taylor Hall under the cap. And then you've got Lawson Crouse, Vinny Hinostroza, Brad Richardson, Braden Burke, Clayton Keller, Christian Fisher, and Connor Garland. Guys, this Arizona Coyotes team, well, let me tell you, they are either going to make it or they're going to flop. Because you look at the back end, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Alex Goligoski, Jacob Chikrin, Jordan Osterley, Ilya Lyubushkin, Aaron Ness, Robbie Russo. You've got Net Antiranta, Darcy Kemper, Nicholas Yarmulson's on the injured reserve list. So there's a lot to that Arizona Coyotes team that it's just a mystery that they are winning like they are. But I mean, everybody asks that about the Edmonton Oilers at the same rate too. So the quick stats on Arizona for you guys interested. They're 19, 12, and 4. They're 2 points ahead of the Oilers in the standings are 1 through 4 separated by 2 points. And the Arizona Coyotes, guys, this is where I guess you go out and get Taylor Hall. They have 97 goals for, which realistically is second to last in the top 5 in the Pacific Division. And the number here is 84 goals against. That defense and that goaltending starts leaking. I don't know. Does Taylor Hall help enough to I guess I should phrase this. Does Taylor Hall score enough goals to save them from bad defense and goaltending? He didn't do it in Edmonton, so can he do it in Arizona? That is the question, guys. I will leave that to be answered by you. What are your thoughts? Let me know on the Taylor Hall situation coming back to Edmonton in the offseason, all that. Let's get going in the chat, in the comments down below. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I'll catch you in the next one.